Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to PMDC online lecture room. This is Bakhtiar Ahmad, lecturer in elective English, PMDC Colleges, Peshawar. Dear students, in today's session, I will discuss a summary of scene 2 of the one-act play Abraham Lincoln by John Drinkwater. I will tell you something about the historical background of that one-act play, as well as I will discuss setting of the scene 2. The topic is very important from examination point of view, dear students. If you want to get high marks, you will make sure that you will read the original text attentively. Okay, dear students. After accepting Republicans' nomination, election was conducted in United States of America on Tuesday, November 6, 1960. It was 19th quadrennial presidential election. Republican Party got a sweeping victory, and Lincoln emerged triumphant. The turnout was 81.2%. It was the highest in America up to that times. So Lincoln, after electing president, at once came under the huge responsibilities. America had given up hope of saving the Union and controlling an inhuman practice of slave trade. So it was Abraham Lincoln, a man of strong and sterling qualities, with the wild challenges of abolishing slavery and saving the Union. So his setup was entirely new, with ministers of opposing ideas and views in his policy matter, which he revealed in his inaugural speech. He was extremely lonely, but he was a man of strong and steadfast character, and he didn't allow those difficulties and loneliness to weaken his determination and hope. Okay, dear students, in the circumstances, what happened? The southern states had withdrawn from the Union and forward their own. They have formed their own confederacy. The Confederate States had started capturing forts and properties of the Union. So finally, what happened? They besieged Fort Sumter in order to threaten the central government to establish slavery throughout America. So the scene is set in Seward's room at Washington. Seward was a Secretary of State. There are two other ministers as well with Seward. The first one is Johnson White and Caleb Jennings. They are commissioners of the Confederate States. They are trying to influence Abraham Lincoln through William Seward. Johnson White and Caleb Jennings, they wanted to sort out the problem around the table through peaceful negotiation by allowing Southerners to keep on slave trade and to withdraw forces from Fort Sumter. And General Beauregard will be ordered to do nothing further. The Confederate States will be satisfied, and in this way it will stop the civil war, the happening of civil war. But William Seward strongly supported the president, though he had some personal differences with him. But he said very clearly to them that Lincoln was firm in his decision to hold Fort Sumter and to abolish slavery, as he declared in his inaugural address. When they were discussing, so Abraham Lincoln, his arrival was they were informed about Abraham Lincoln that he was coming. So White and Jennings, they started to leave the William Seward office. So whenever they were leaving the office at that time, Abraham Lincoln returned them and asked them to join him heart to heart and ask their mysterious visit. They hesitantly unburdened their thoughts about the danger of civil war, and they requested the president to relax his policy for the Southerners to avoid civil war. Lincoln clearly expressed to them his policy regarding slavery issue and Union conservation. He told them that slavery has to go one day or the other. In its anticipation, the Southerner had become desperate, so as a last resort, they threatened to secede from the Union, but they are ignorant of resistance. He clearly told them the Southerner attack on Fort Sumter was merely a threat to the government to establish the right of independence, and they want to extend the slavery to other states. And if we withdraw forces from Fort Sumter, we are doing injustice to the Union and not destroying the causes of war, but destroying the Union. He finally asked them to convey his views to commissioners. So immediately after the departure of White and Jennings, Lincoln showed his resentment to Seward about their mysterious visit of serious nature, an important issue. And also he asked William Seward that why didn't they meet him directly. So Seward pleaded that they thought that I could be more successful to convince you for their suggestions. William Seward also showed his weariness about war. He told Lincoln that his policy favors war and it would be disastrous to the country. Lincoln expressed to him that he was not less advocate of peace, but it could only be made possible by destroying the causes of war. Southerners' attack on Fort Sumter would be an invitation to war, and withdrawing forces from fort would not kill the causes of war. It simply would establish of the right of secession. So finally, what happened? Lincoln very frankly told Seward that he needed his help, cooperation, and experience of state affairs. Lincoln also handed him a blank paper to scribe clearly on it whether he was going to accept the responsibility or not. So Seward tore the paper and heartily shook hands with Lincoln, and their friendship was confirmed like a solid rock. So in the meantime, there created a very bewildered situation with the arrival of a messenger from Major Anderson, who needed soldiers and more supplies urgently. And he came straight from Fort Sumter. He arrived for more supplies and arms. Lincoln immediately inquired about the possibility of any help to Major Anderson. He summoned his ministers to discuss the issue, and he spoke very clearly on the occasion to convince them of his stand on defending Fort Sumter. So majority of ministers was in favor of withdrawing from Fort Sumter, and nevertheless he used his own discretion, and he sent a word to Anderson that he could not help him with soldiers, but the first supply would be arranged forthwith. So thus began civil war in America. I hope you're clear about the topic. So thank you very much, dear student, for watching my today's video lecture. And if you want to get high marks and for more better understanding, you should go through the original text. You should read it attentively, and inshallah in next video lecture I will give you summary of another scene, scene 4 and scene 5. I will discuss the summaries of these scene of one act play. Okay, till the time we meet, inshallah, uh, I will catch you soon in the next video lecture. Okay, till the time we meet, happy learning, keep loving literature.